Hey guys, Rich here. This is the first video that I'm posting about my journey through dealing with tenosynovitis and carpal tunnel syndrome. Basically, something like 4 months ago, at the end of February or the beginning of March 2025, around the time we had the very last snowstorm, I did a whole lot of shoveling one weekend, and this is after a time when I was, doing a lot of all kinds of work at home. I was also doing a lot of cooking. Obviously, I play a lot of instruments. Some of you know that I play guitar, bass, and piano. I also use my hands on a daily basis for typing in my job. So I work in IT, and essentially, when the snowstorm came, I did a lot of shoveling, and over a period of a few days, and I woke up. I remember waking up, and my left hand, first of all, felt quite numb and quite stiff. My right hand, not so bad. I remember my right hand wasn't quite as bad. But after a few days, after only like a few, I would say maybe 1 or 2 days, or maybe 3 days, my right hand started to get numb and very stiff as well. Essentially, I gave it a few days. Just I thought it would go away on its own. It didn't, and now it's been 4 months. Now it's been about 4 months that I've been dealing with this garbage. It's been very, very frustrating. It affects everything I do on a daily basis. I wake up literally every morning, barely able to move my hands. And the thing is, like with carpal tunnel, you're dealing with your pretty much right there. You're dealing with your right above your wrist area. With tenosynovitis, you're dealing with kind of like the palm of your hand to the extremities of your fingers. What is tenosynovitis? It is the inflammation of the sheath or pulleys that the tendons flow through. The condition is similar to tendonitis in that there's inflammation, but in the case of tendonitis, the inflammation is to your tendons. In tenosynovitis, the inflammation is of the tendon sheath or the pulley that the tendon passes through. What is carpal tunnel? Carpal tunnel syndrome is basically the compression of your nerves and tendons that flow through the carpal tunnel, which is a little area right about there, right above your wrist. It gets very narrow, and as a result, you start to not be able to feel your fingers, and your wrist starts to hurt as well. Yeah, so it's very irritating. By far, the tenosynovitis is the worst of the two conditions, because essentially on both my hands, I cannot make a full fist. Like, this is the best I can do without really trying it hard. And I can make a fist if I use my thumb, but before, I used to be able to make a fist just on my own without using my thumb. I also can't straighten my hand fully. Like, that's pretty much the best I can do. I have to kind of work my way up to being able to straighten it. Takes me anywhere from a few minutes to like half an hour to get my hands in a working order every single morning. Having said that, I have not taken time off of work, and not significant time off. At least the only time I'm about to take is going to be for my surgery. So today is the 8th of July. I'm going to be taking off 14 days, starting on the 18th of July when I have my surgery. And the surgery is going to be for the carpal tunnel treatment, carpal tunnel release, actually. And it's going to be for my right hand. I'm going to have to do my left hand at some point, but the doctor said that it's not going to get better on its own. It's basically an extreme case, so I have to do my surgery. That's the only way it's going to get better. I've been to neurologists, a couple of neurologists actually. I've been to a rheumatologist. I've been to a hand specialist. I've been to osteopath. I've been to physiotherapist, a couple of physiotherapists actually. I'm doing exercises, prescribed exercises to help release my stiffness on a daily basis. I do it like 6 times a day. Not really helping very much. I'm taking medication. Actually, I took naproxen, but naproxen didn't really work for me. I wasn't feeling much better, so I was actually recommended celecoxib, which is actually an anti-inflammatory medication that's to be taken together with pantoprazole. So I take 1 tablet of each on an empty stomach every morning. Pantoprazole protects your stomach from the other medication, celecoxib, because celecoxib is a very powerful anti-inflammatory medication, and it can damage your stomach if you just take it on its own over time. It's not good for your stomach, liver, and your internal organs. So I mean, it's helping in that like my hands aren't hurting as much. They're still stiff as anything, but they're not hurting as much as they used to. I wear a hand brace on both my hands to sleep, although I don't always wear it because it hasn't really been helping that much. I've learned to just kind of keep my hands straight. The hand brace wasn't really helping. Essentially, I'm being told that the Tenosynovitis is going to heal on its own, although it may take many months. It may even take years to heal on its own. I don't know how I can go on like this for years. It's a really, really nasty condition. I'm actually thinking of going and doing a cortisone shot in both of my hands to apparently cortisone can lessen the inflammation, although that also has its own negative downsides as well. Cortisone is a steroid, not something I'm crazy about doing. The other option is to do surgery. The surgery, what that consists of is actually incising the A1 pulley, which is inflamed, to allow the tendon to flow smoothly. Apparently that's supposed to help. Based on all the research I did, it definitely has a helpful outcome. But I prefer to start with conservative treatments. My rheumatologist actually was quite certain that taking the basically the injection is going to be enough. Um, the injection is supposed to take about 5 days to actually kick in, and then after that it can last up to 3 years, and then within that 3 years period, the hand can heal on its own. So I'll think about that. I've got a appointment booked for the end of August with the rheumatologist, so I'll see how it goes. I really need my hands for everything I do, for my work, for my chores at home, for my music. It's really, really difficult living with these conditions. I urge all of you to be very cautious in how you use your hands. Take breaks. Don't overwork yourself. I don't know. I literally feel like I went from being almost perfectly normal, having perfectly normal hands, to from one day to the next, I feel like I've just been partially debilitated, right? At the same time, I'm being optimistic. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep fighting this. So thank you for listening. This is like the first video in my journey I wanted to share. I probably should have put something up sooner, but I'll be putting some more videos up as I get closer to my surgery, and then also talking about how my surgery went and what recommendations I can make. The point of these videos is really to share my journey, and I hope to God that somebody can benefit. Any of you who are suffering from similar conditions, I hope you get something out of this. Yeah, other than that, God bless, and take care until the next time.